क्यों आप joke call? Hello friends, my name is Shraddha Tomar and I'm from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. और मैं यहाँ performance करूँगी.
तुम्हारी शादी की उम्र हो गई, ये सीढ़िया भूल जाओ, शादी पे ध्यान।
डूब रही है दुनिया, छोड़ तुम्हारा ध्यान प्रभु ये छूट रही है दुनिया। तुम बिन मेरा कौन सहारा, कोई तूफान उठाए भारी, मुझे शक्ति दो, मुझे शक्ति दो, मुझे शक्ति दो। मेरी फतेहा हो गिरधारी, मेरी फतेहा हो गिरधारी, मैं दुखिया शरणती। Myself Himakshi Vanawala, सूरत गुजराती आवी छूं। मैं यहाँ एक गाना पेश कर रही हूँ, मोह मोह के धागे। कृतुंड महाकाय, सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ, निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव, सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
I guess that was a sound check. Let's go.
Oh, comedian.
Give him a bed. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to singing a song of the film Padmavat. Okay?
You are so good, Mona, darling.
Thank you.
एक दिल है, एक जान है, दोनों तुझ पे, हाँ तुझ पे कुर्बान है। एक मैं हूँ, एक दोनों तुझ पे, हाँ तुझ पे कुर्बान है। एक दिल है, मेरी जिंदगी के हर मकाम में, हर सुबह में, हर शाम में एक रुतबा है, एक शान है, दोनों तुझ पे, हाँ तुझ पे, दोनों तुझ पे कुर्बान है। एक एक ईमान है, दोनों तुझ पे, हाँ तुझ पे कुर्बान है।
And what next song is, this is for first time for ma'am, because we are enjoying here because of ma'am, and it is a pleasure.
मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो,
It is my composition. I have taken the song.
मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे, और लम्हे तू कहीं मत जा, हो सके तो उम्र भर थम जा,
and Rajasthani folk dance. रेशम का रुमाल गले डाल के तू आजा दिलदार मेरे में मैं दिल्ली का सुरमा लगा के अरे कब से कभी हूँ दरवाज पे हो रेशम का मोगरे का कदीरा बांध के तू आजा दिलदार मेरे में मैं दिल्ली का सुरमा लगा के अरे कब से कभी हूँ दरवाज पे हो रेशम का वो दिल भर में मैं तो दीवानी मैं हो गई
कुछ पढ़ाई करती हूँ भाई. Excellent. So it's all about handwriting analysis, handwriting and signature analysis. So it typically is all about that through handwriting we can depict your personality, and graphology has also gone to that extent that by handwriting you can also tell a person's health. If there is an ailment, if there is a disease, they have a digestion problem or liver problem, so it has gone to that extent. So it's a very deep study, and it's a very difficult to tell you about this, but I thought I'll talk about it because that's what I think my talent is. So graphology is an ancient science. It's about subconscious mind. So what happens is we all know that our body sends signal to our mind, and our mind sends wavelength to our body. So whenever we are writing, it's not that how we want to write. It's what that your mind tells you. It gives you the instructions to your hand, to your fingers, to your thumb, and accordingly you write. Sorry. The answers? Not really, because we are not conscious about it. But when I tell you, I have 3 tips also for you at the end. When I tell you those, you can actually work on concentration, work on stress, and you can also work on other things related to that. So that comes in the end. So very quickly, graphology is all about subconscious mind. It's the imprints of your personality and mindset. One thing that you can watch, whenever you're doing handwriting analysis, you can actually do it under, either you have to have a graphologist or an analyst with you, but very few tips I want to give you. In an A4 sheet, write anything. You have to sit on a table, very comfortable position, put some papers underneath your paper, very comfortable ball pen. Don't write it with ink pen and others, because there's an angle to a pasticity and you won't be able to get the exact analysis. But you take it, you write something. You don't have to copy it from anything. You just write anything, whatever is in your mind. Now when you write it, you don't have to write on the ruled paper. It has to be an A4 sheet. Just look at the slants. How are you writing it? Is your writing going upwards? Is it going straight? Or is it going descending? If it is going ascending, that is going upwards, that means you're a very positive person. You are in a positive state of mind, optimistic, which is good. Straight, you're a very logical person. You actually live in the reality. You know what are your strengths and weaknesses, and accordingly work. Descending is you are probably in a state of negative thoughts, because you may be going in a bad phase. That's why your writing is going down. Nobody writes writing in a very descending order until unless you're actually going through that phase. And I can also tell you, some people when they write the suicidal notes, you can also depict in a note whether that person has a suicidal tendency or not. Graphology has gone to that extent. And I think you would know that graphology is being used for the criminology also. I'm so sorry, because I thought I'd present in a PPT format, but yeah. Let's talk about the zones. Very briefly, I'm telling you, this is the upper zone, that's first 2 lines, then the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Upper zone basically depicts your ideas, your future, what is your view for the future. Middle zone is all about your present, how do you see your present. And lower zone is all about implementation. Some people, they don't have loops in the upper zones. Those people are actually not into a lot of ideation, but they might have lower loops, which means they're very implementation people. They believe in action. They don't really believe in thinking about what is going to happen in the future and all those things. They are very focused, very action oriented. some myths about handwriting. Don't tell your kids your handwriting is bad. So that means your performance is bad, or your character or your personality is not good. Don't ever tell it, because every person has a different handwriting. And every person, you can't really, if their handwriting is legible, you cannot really say that this handwriting is beautifully done and this person is, smart, must be very go-getter kind of a person. We have seen handwritings which were beautiful, cursive, calligraphic handwriting, but when we studied those letters, that person was going through depression. So it doesn't really depict that. So bad handwriting doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you can't really do much. Smaller the handwriting typically depicts that the person is very, looks for details. They're a very detail-oriented person. If you are not completing your loops, and if you feel at times that you pick up some job, you pick up some task, but you don't really complete it to the end, try and complete your loops. When I say loops, like this. So try and complete your Ys. Some people leave the Ys open. Try and complete the Ys. One trick, if you in any script, if you see any script and there is number there, or you ask someone to what is your budget for a particular thing, and that person has given in the sentence, cut the number or given a gap, that means the person is hiding the details. Like I said, 3 mantras. We all go through stress. We all have concentration problems and the willpower problem. What you can do every day for 2 minutes in a paper, take a diary, make it a diary for this only. Every day, try and write this. This is like an S. You do this. You continuously do this, then you break, then you do it again, start doing it. This actually reduces your strength. You would say how? It is basically there are 2 ways. First, when you're doing this, you're actually telling yourself that you want to reduce stress. Yeah? So you're working on that. Second, again, graphology concept, you're giving signals to your brain to calm down. Second, improve concentration. We tell our kids to improve concentration, we tell a lot of people. I think what happens is in their handwriting, the dots are missing on the I. So we always should tell them, you always dot your I's. Whether it's a dot, whether it's a round, there are different implementations for all of these, but still, dot your I. So again, when you're practicing for yourself, write I 5 times, without lifting your pen, and dot them 5 times. Strengthen your willpower. Again, this is a mantra for strengthening your willpower. If you feel you're down, try and write this every day. 3 standing lines, then 4 sleeping lines, like this. Thank you. That's it from my side.
This is Anjali. I got a Bollywood for you. Just listen, last 1 week I celebrate the Janmashtami, and all the some special Radha in me. So thank you.
Hello. Hello everyone, I'm Sapna Sharma and I'm performing Bollywood plus hip hop combined.
You about this. I'm the person of spirituality. Okay, I'm in this spiritualism since 2006. So I want to present, and I want to enlighten you people about. I want to enlighten about one of the important issue or the area of our life, that is the blame game. Okay, so everybody blames. Right? I blame, you blame, everybody blames, right? Right or no? Right. So, in our life, we are blaming every moment. So, why we are blaming? Because we are getting lots of payoffs, gains. बहुत कुछ फायदा होता है हम लोगों को, बहुत फायदे मिलते हैं, इसलिए हम लोग ब्लेम करते हैं. तो वो फायदे क्या हैं? वो फायदे हैं, सबसे बड़ा फायदा, we justify ourselves. I am right. We do justification, and when we say एक फायदा ये कि we justify ourselves. Second is I am right, you are wrong. Third, we dominate them, we avoid dominance. And fourth is we don't take the responsibility. So इतने जो 4 हिडन फायदे हैं, वो हम लोगों को उस फायदे के लिए हम लोग ब्लेम करते हैं, and we destroy our life. How we destroy? Because this gain, this payoff has other side of it, like other side of a coin is you have to pay the cost. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ेगा. पा लिया है ना आपने, बहुत पा लिया. I am right, justification. We don't want to take the responsibility. I'm not responsible for this and that. So, अगर मार्क्स कम मिलेंगे ये इसमें, तो we are we going to blame anybody? Either you are going to blame yourself, or you are going to blame something else. ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया, इसने ऐसा नहीं किया, उसने वैसा नहीं किया. Or else, I'm in the spiritualism since last 13 years. But still, it's very difficult to follow sometimes. So, even I blame. Right? Now, my intensity is I blame myself. So, वो फायदे क्या हैं? उसमें नुकसान जो है, आपको पे ऑफ, जो कॉस्ट पे करनी पड़ रही है पे ऑफ के लिए, जो नुकसान है, वो क्या हो रहा है? You lose your well-being. You lose your relationships, and there is no self-expression. And you lose your aliveness. So these are the hidden payoff costs you have to pay. Okay, so these are the advantages. So how will you come up of this playing game? इसमें से बाहर कैसे निकलना है? Okay, you all want to know? Hello, you all want to know how are you going to come out of it? You have to segregate your interpretations from the reality. Once you are present to it, you are out of it, and you can have awesome relationship with anybody. Okay, you all want to know any example? Ma'am, time is left. Can I present an example? Okay, so I will give a live example of my life. Early in the morning, I was late for the fitness class. So it is like I am never late anywhere. So I was so depressed. I lost my self-expression, and I felt very bad because I'm a very good surgeon and I'm a gynecologist. And you know, if I don't give treatment, within 2 minutes the patient dies. So that is how I am, and I am late for fitness class, and this is my favorite round because since childhood I'm a very good athletic, and I knew that I would score only in this fitness round only. But I was late and I lost everything. I was just shattered. I called my husband, and when I was preparing, I told only this is the round I love, fitness round. And then I called my husband, I lost my round, I'm feeling so shattered, I destroyed everything. Then somehow, you know, I started blaming. I blamed my room partner. First of all, I blamed myself. That how stupid you are. You how can you be late? Because I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was doing meditation for 1 hour, but I could not do because of some disturbances. She had some sneezing always. She had a cold, my room. I could not concentrate on my meditation, and I got up at 5 o'clock, but still I was late. So I was shattered. Then I worked on it. Why it is happening like this with me? Then I said, I related so many stories. I am doctor, and this and that, this, that. What is the reality? Reality is I was late. That's it. So I segregated it. I was late, so I discovered a possibility that for all the rounds I will be 15 minutes earlier. So today I didn't wash my hair, and they said you have to reach by 8:15. I didn't wash, and I was here, and nothing was ready. I was searching the grooming people. Where are you all? I am on time. Where are you all? I couldn't find them. So this is how I invented the possibility, and I was out of it. I was out of the playing game, and I love you, my dear partner, Anjali. I love you all. So this is how I apply it in my life. Every moment I live in spiritualism, and I feel that every person, every kid, every school should know this about it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Mitali Johar. I'm going to be performing a beautiful dance form of Rajasthan, the Ghumar. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Everyone, myself Pooja Rathore. I'm going to sing and dance today, and I'm contestant number 5. Thank you so much.
क्यों कर
Vandana Thakur, contestant number 10, and I'm performing a Bollywood dance. Thank you so much, everyone.